The school bell rings. It's 3 o'clock. Another school day has passed for Pinocchio. But little does he know that a joyful afternoon will eventually bring tragedy and larger lessons to be learned.
Have a nice trip, Woodenhead. Hey, what's the matter with you? Can't get up, Woodenhead? Come on, get up, you fatherless block of wood.
You know I have a father, Jaco. His name is Geppetto.
How can a feeble old man be a father to a block of wood? Yeah.
He is my father. Take that. That's what you get for hurting my feelings.
Let's get out of here.
Ow!
He can't swim.
Huh? Oh, no.
Jaco's schoolmates watched and shouted helplessly, as they couldn't swim either. Would Pinocchio decide to save him?
Serves him right for tripping me.
Well, Pinocchio, aren't you going to try to save him?
No, why should I?
Why should you? Come on, how would you like to be in his shoes right now, Pinocchio?
Cricket explained that bravery is a very human trait, and by displaying bravery, Pinocchio just might turn his enemies into friends. Brave as he'd become, Pinocchio forgot that he'd never learned how to swim.
He can float.
Let's fly to the water!
Because Geppetto made him from a branch of lightweight wood, Pinocchio was able to stay afloat. He paddled valiantly towards the struggling Jaco. Would Pinocchio reach him in time? Finally, Jaco's last ounce of strength was spent, and he plunged to the bottom. Pinocchio followed, but it was too late. Jaco had drowned.
Oh, Jaco. First your father gone, and now you. Both of you drowned in the river. How could you leave me alone like this?
Pinocchio looked on sadly as Jaco's mother wept for her son.
My only son who will take his place.
It wasn't my fault. I did what Cricket told me. I tried to save him. He started it. He and the other kids were always making fun of me. It's Jaco's own fault that he drowned in the river.
Emily, we're sorry about Jaco. Is there anything we can do for you? No.
The sun was setting in the west. Geppetto would be serving dinner right now, but Pinocchio still had not gone home.
It wasn't my fault. It was an accident. No one knew that the rocks on the bridge path were loose.
Pinocchio,
Huh?
you're right. Jaco's drowning wasn't your fault, Pinocchio. Remember, you were the only one who tried to save him when no one else dared to. Sitting here moping with a guilty conscience isn't going to bring Jaco back.
Guilty conscience, huh? I don't have a guilty conscience.
Then why have you been sitting here with such a droopy head for so long? Don't try to put one over on me, Pinocchio. You're afraid to go home because you think Geppetto's gonna blame you and scold you.
No, leave me alone.
Even though you keep telling yourself that the accident wasn't your fault, you really think it was.
No, I don't, and I've heard enough from you. There.
Hey, no use trying to squash me. Pinocchio, wait. You're a good boy with a brave and tender heart. Remember that.
Pinocchio did go home, but the next day he was still moping and brooding.
What's going on inside that troubled head of yours, Pinocchio?
Cricket, I've decided I'm gonna take Jaco's place.
What? Take his place?
Yeah, I picked these flowers for Jaco's mother, and I'm gonna go see her today.
You want to be her son? Do you think you're going to be able to make her forget Jaco?
Well, I don't think it's gonna be easy, but I'll go to Jaco's mother and tell her I'll be a better son than Jaco ever was. With a mother, I'll be human.
Oh, no, you won't. Only a blockhead would tell a mother he's better than the son she just lost.
Quiet, will you? She's gonna take me in, and that's all there is to it. And don't you get in the way.
What a foolish boy he is. By reminding her of Jaco, he's only going to make things worse.
School was great today.
That's nice, dear.
The returning school children only served to deepen Jaco's mother's loss. The now unused school bag and hat reminded her of how Jaco would come tearing home from school, bursting through the door to hug her and demand his milk and cookies.
Oh. No, Jaco.
Now, don't overexert yourself, son. You've got a big day coming up. Don't worry, Mom. Rowing's a snap. That may be, but all the same, I don't want you to be too tired to study for that big exam tomorrow. Oh, come on, Mom. I'm not tired at all. Here. Peanut butter and jelly, your favorite. Jaco? That wouldn't be him at the door. I'm not going to bring my son back by daydreaming. Who's knocking? My goodness, and who might you be? Speak up, boy.
Mrs. Jones, I'm the boy who tried to save Jaco from drowning. I'm here because I'd like to take Jaco's place. I brought these flowers for you.
You're Pinocchio. Weren't you the one who caused all the trouble?
No, ma'am.
I know all about what happened. If you hadn't thrown stones at Jaco, he wouldn't have lost his footing on the bridge and fallen into the river. Now go away from here. Pick yourself up and go, or else I'll turn you into firewood. How dare you come to me offering to take Jaco's place?
Cricket was right. It was foolish of me to think for a minute that Jaco's mother would take me in. Huh? Oh no, I'll get soaked. Well, I don't care. I don't care about anything anymore.
Oh, look, now it's pouring outside. I hate the rain. Even the weather's making fun of me, as if I weren't sad enough already.
Just as Mrs. Jones was about to close the curtains, she noticed a tiny, sad figure sitting on the stoop, exposed to the rain and cold. It was Pinocchio. He'd been sitting in front of her house for hours, too numb to feel the rain and wind, and not caring if his father Geppetto might be worried.
Hey, you! Don't you know enough to come in out of the rain?
All Pinocchio could feel was sadness, as his hope of having a mother seemed to be lost forever.
Oh, dear. Poor boy. He's still out there. I wonder if he can catch a cold. Is that crying I hear?
Huh? Mother! Oh.
Where is Pinocchio? How can he stay out in this weather? I'm sick with worry.
Oh, the sun is out. He's not there. He must have gone home. Maybe what happened to my Jaco was only an accident. There must be something outside my front door. Oh! Pinocchio! Have you been sleeping here all night? Oh, what a strong-minded boy you are.
At that moment, Emily's former hatred of Pinocchio turned to sympathy and love.
Come, Pinocchio, my son.
The exhausted Pinocchio slept till the next morning. Upon awakening, he wasn't sure where he was.
Are you awake? You slept almost a whole day. You'll need some fresh clothes. Jaco outgrew this outfit a year ago, but since you're smaller than he was, I'm sure it'll fit you. What's the matter? Has the cat got your tongue? Hurry and get dressed or you'll be late for school.
Does this mean I'm gonna be your son now?
Uh-huh.
Really? Yay! Yay! Yay!
The morning passed quickly. When the lunch bell rang, Pinocchio couldn't wait to see what Mrs. Jones had prepared for him.
Wow, this looks wonderful.
Hey, you can't eat all that. Why don't you share your lunch with some of us, Pinocchio? You can't taste it anyway.
Yeah, Pinocchio. I left my lunch at home today. How about giving me a sandwich?
No, my mother made this lunch for me and you can't have it.
Give it here. Hey,
I'll take that.
pass me a sandwich.
You can't catch me.
A thing as simple as a lunch got Pinocchio in yet another battle with his schoolmates. What would his new mother think?
Pinocchio? What happened to you? Oh my, I can imagine what happened in school. You've been fighting. I have to admit my Jaco used to get into fights, but he never once came home with his clothes all torn up.
I'm sorry.
Well, as the saying goes, boys will be boys. So, did you enjoy the lunch I packed for you today? That's good. Now, give me the lunch basket.
There. I got into a fight because the other boys tried to take away my lunch. That's how the basket got torn.
Jaco carried this basket to school ever since kindergarten. You seem to ruin everything you touch. Dinner's ready. Hot soup. I've prepared some of Jaco's favorite dishes for you. Doesn't that smell good? Now then, what do you like on your bread? Jaco always liked peanut butter and jelly, of course. No peanut butter for dinner, I'd tell him, but you can have plenty of jelly. I always told Jaco to choose food well, so you do the same now. What's the matter? Why are you crying? Take this.
No,
Pinocchio, how dare you!
I'm not hungry.
I won't stand for this. Jaco wouldn't act like this at the dinner table.
Stop saying that, will you?
What? Saying what?
Jaco. I'm not him. I'm Pinocchio, not Jaco.
Pinocchio dashed from the room, angered by Mrs. Jones' constant comparison of him to her lost son. As she stood listening to the soothing rhythm of the rain, she realized that bringing up Jaco's name so often would hurt Pinocchio's feelings and make him angry. The rhythm of the rain had a soothing effect on Pinocchio as well. He realized a real boy would never treat his mother that way, and that it was very human to forgive.
Mrs. Jones, I owe you an apology.
No, you don't, Pinocchio. I'm the one who should apologize for bringing up Jaco's name so often. You're my son now, Pinocchio. I should only be saying your name. Are we friends again? Now, time for bed. Good night.
That mother's kiss made Pinocchio feel warm all over. But has he forgotten his father, Geppetto?
Oh, why has my Pinocchio deserted me?
He's kicked off his blanket. I love you, Father. He's dreaming about his father. Why would Pinocchio dream of that old man Geppetto now that I've taken him in?
As that thought lingered in Emily's mind, she began to feel grief again for the loss of her real son. She looked around the living room in search of everything that would rekindle a fond memory of him.
I remember this. Jaco drew this picture of me last summer. I recall it as if it were yesterday.
Oh, come on! Hold still now, Mom. I'm just putting the finishing touches on it. Great! It looks just like you, Mom. Just like you. I love you, Mom.
He could have grown up to be a great artist. Oh, Jaco, my Jaco. Pinocchio!
How could you?
You've been spying on me. You have no right to do that. Go back to bed this instant.
Jaco again!
No, Pinocchio, no!
That's what I think of your Jaco! Even though I'm made of wood, I hurt. Let me tell you about your great son, Jaco. He used to pick on me and push me around every day at school just because I'm made of wood. Well, if that big bully is the kind of boy you love, then I don't want to take his place, and you can live here all alone with your memories. I'm more human than he ever was.
With that, Pinocchio stormed back out into the rain, leaving Emily speechless and alone with her memories.
I'll show them I don't need a father or a mother.
As Pinocchio again stood in the rain, he began to have second thoughts about what he had just done. True, Jaco was a bully, but in blurting that to Mrs. Jones, he'd probably dashed all hopes of becoming her son.
Words spoken in anger, Pinocchio, are often words spoken without thought. Do you regret what you said to Mrs. Jones?
No, I meant every word I said.
In that case, I strongly advise that you get out of this pouring rain and return to your father, Geppetto. Don't you think he's been worried about you all this time?
Oh, I'm so very lonely without you, Pinocchio. Please come home to your papa. Oh, Pinocchio. I thought I heard something.
Father! Father, I'm home!
Huh? Am I hearing things? Or was that Pinocchio calling?
I'm home, Father! It's me, Pinocchio!
It is Pinocchio! It's a dream come true!
The sight of Pinocchio running across the field in front of the backdrop of the rising sun gave new life to Geppetto. At that moment, he didn't need to know where Pinocchio had been.
Oh.
He only needed to see that his little boy was coming home.
Father! I'm awfully sorry for leaving you alone, Father. I guess you're mad at me?
Huh? Oh, no.
Oh, really?
I'm far too happy to be angry with you, Pinocchio. Though someday you must tell me where you've
I
been.
promise I'll never leave you alone again.
I had no money to buy food. You'll have to do without lunch, Pinocchio.
Don't you worry about it, Father. Breakfast will last me all day. Goodbye, Father.
Come home right after school. Bye.
In truth, the skimpy breakfast Geppetto served that morning wouldn't last Pinocchio all day. He was hungry already.
Pinocchio?
Huh? Mrs. Jones!
I was hoping to run into you. Your father wasn't angry with you, was he?
No, he was glad I came home. I'm sorry I said those things to you about Jaco. Forgive me.
Here. The basket was easy to replace. Go ahead, take it to school with you.
Huh?
I made you lunch. And if those big bullies at school try to take it away, you run right to the teacher.
Oh, I will. Thank you very much, Mrs. Jones. We both learned something, didn't we?
I learned that I must finish grieving for Jaco so that I don't constantly remind myself of his death.
And I guess I learned that I shouldn't have tried to take Jaco's place. Wow, thanks a lot, Mother. Oops. Sorry, that word just slipped out.
Oh, Jaco.
Mrs. Jones, you promised not to cry anymore.
I'm sorry, but I can't help it.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna cheer you up. Watch this. Look. See? Don't I look funny? Come on, laugh. Oh, come on, Mrs. Jones. You can do it.
Goodbye, Pinocchio. Goodbye, little one. And thank you.
Dee-dee-dee-dee. Goodbye, Mother. Mother.